The past couple episodes of Demon Slayer are just like the best fight after best fight after best moment. And I didn't get a chance last week to cover last week's Demon Slayer episode, so we're going to do a little joint review of my thoughts, and it's basically my thoughts on some of the coolest damn fights, from bringing down the train in the best combo form possible, Best Boy Rengoku taking care of 5 train carts himself, Zensu and best sister Nezuko taking care of the rest, as you have Inosuke and Tanjirou slicing that bone, fighting to stay awake, or in the case of Inosuke, being able to just laugh in the face of a puny train. And then to have the latest episode when Akaza comes in, and just the Akaza versus Rengoku fight is heat. I mean, when you compare the difference in skill level, power level, just experience from Tanjiro to Rengoku, you can see how far our main character has to go. And then you introduce someone who can make him put up a fight where he's actually getting wounded, he's having trouble. By the time the episode wraps up, you know, it feels like Tanjiro has the least life-inflicting wound. I mean, he got stabbed pretty bad, and as it's stated in this latest episode, should he move around too much, you know, that could kill him if he moves around and opens up the wound. So not only do you have Rengoku now having to control his own body, heal himself, or at least close the wounds, he also has to use his breathing to do damage to take out someone who's arguably one of the most powerful characters we've met in this series to date. I mean, every time you cut off an arm, it's just like that. It's like a lizard tail growing, but at lightning speed. And the dude is just so obsessed with power. When you look at someone who's deathly ill, he's not taking or trying to take out Tanjiro because he views him as a threat, but he just hates weak things. When Rengoku, on the other hand, is incredibly powerful, why waste your life being a puny human? You could train forever and have essentially unlimited power and growth. If you were a demon, you truly would be the most powerful demon in a lot of ways. I mean, if Rengoku was a different type of person and he could keep that same type of spiritual energy and willpower into a demon lifestyle, it's very possible Rengoku would be an unstoppable demon. But the thing that makes him so powerful and so strong-willed is his desire for humanity, that life does end, that people do suffer weakness, and the fact that he just doesn't flinch in the face of anything. I mean, it's inspiring but terrifying, because throughout this entire arc, you're looking at Rengoku as someone who never struggles. And sometimes you'll have people argue, well, if a character doesn't struggle, then there's never a threat. But the way they compensated up until this point was that the train had 200 passengers that could die, and our cast of characters equally as so. So even though Rengoku was powerful, it's not like he could one-shot the train by himself, and it didn't mean that everyone else was safe as well. So it gave you a sense of there was still stakes even at the face of someone who seems unbeatable. But then you introduce someone after you dealt with that obstacle who is on the same par level, and it's frightening, it truly is. And I think if this is your first time experiencing the Mugen Train arc, that is one of the nastiest cliffhangers you've probably experienced in Demon Slayer to date. But just to see the two just stand there, almost shaking themselves at the face of this man, this Akaza. Like, the fact that he can put up that much of a fight, they're probably thinking, if he can't beat them, how can we? And it's just such a powerful moment backed by one of my favorite pieces of music in the Demon Slayer soundtrack. When they started to fight Akaza and Rengoku, that just, the music, it just was the perfect kind of, like, it wasn't non-stop beat. There was little bits of silence in between the notes, and it really added this energy that just felt so chaotic on top of the flames spinning everywhere, as you have the almost like fighting spirit energy of this crazy bastard. It was just so well done. Last week as well was equally as entertaining in its own unique way. I mean, the idea of having a combo move with someone like Inosuke, a very kind of like hot-headed, wants to fight the train before it was even a villain, and boasts about how he was right all along that this train needed to be beaten. As you have Tanjiro, who keeps getting knocked out, and I think one of my all-time personal favorite moments in this arc, outside of, there's a lot, don't get me wrong, but when Tanjiro almost accidentally kills himself in reality, it's something that's really cool, because I remember when I was watching the movie initially, and watching all of it in one go, right? When you're seeing him basically kill himself in his dreams to wake up, I remember thinking, like, I wonder if that's gonna, like, catch up to him, because eventually you're gonna not be able to recognize what's real or fake, or at least that's how my mind was working. So the idea of having to try to take down this train where even if you get in an attack, you're just exposing the bones. So you need both of them to land their attacks one after the other in perfect harmony. And Inosuke, he's not getting passed out because his mask is shielding where he's actually looking, so he can take care of the eyes. So when it comes that close and you're seeing the rapid succession, because you don't realize Inosuke isn't asleep in that moment, and he's so close to killing himself, because ultimately, when he wakes up, the eyes are looking at him. So, okay, let's wake up with my eyes closed. And because of that, he doesn't realize he's in reality. It's just an incredibly frightening moment, because you know Tanjirou's not going to die there, but you don't know how far he's going to push that sequence before he realizes it's reality, and to have Inosuke pop up and just shake it all down, to then the combo move and having Tanjiro use his dad's move. Incredibly exciting stuff all around. I mean, Demon Slayer, as much action as it might have in episodes or in movies, the thing that makes every sequence so compelling is how each character really feels just has such a personality in each moment. Having Inosuke kind of be like a wild animal and how he's slicing and dicing that train, backed by Tanjiro's care for the conductor and wanting to save him. It's just completely different personalities and how they're interacting with that, to then having Rengoku in this episode just, being able to talk down to a demon who probably makes him a little worried even before the battle starts, because it really does feel like a different class in its own. Had the train just been a very easy to spot opponent, Rengoku could have took out the train by himself. But it took all of them because of, one, having to protect people, but then also needing, to find it all at the same time. And he is only one man. It's not like he has 1,000 arms like this train did. But then to just go back to the basics and have it be one-on-one with arguably the most dangerous foe of this arc. And to know that, like, Rengoku has to win, right? Because if he doesn't beat this man, how in the actual hell would Tanjiro beat the man? Because, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, either they all team up, but that would get in the way because they can't keep up with Rengoku, let's be honest. It's just such a frightening moment while being badass all at the same time. The visuals and music keep it exciting, but when you take a step back and the characters are catching their breath, you realize how frightening of a situation it truly is for everyone involved, and I am so excited. I mean, I'm glad that characters like Zensu, Nezuko, Inosuke got time to shine in this arc outside of just Rengoku and Tanjiro, which I remember initially watching it, I thought they would be the main stars of it, but everyone does get a moment or two to really shine outside of just comedic moments, but action moments as well. But incredible stuff as usual. Very excited to see how the TV version of this will wrap it all up. What type of, after the credits scene they might do, because some of them have been really, really well done for the TV anime, especially this latest one. But let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.